Turn up. Run the track.
Give it to him, Daddy.
Okay. Can you hear me now?
You good?
Good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for joining in and viewing us with SmartBlackWomanTV on NPNTv. And again, happy first anniversary to NPNTv, as well as happy Black History Month, the month of February. We are here to celebrate that month, each and every one of us, to support one another and show everyone the love and attention that we should have for one another. I want to briefly just talk about friends, having friends, people who are close to you, and also having relatives and family. There's a difference between each one of those. Having a friend. Friends are people who care for you, who will look out for you, who will look out for your children, who you laugh with, you share many of your stories with. But these are friends you want to have in your life for a very long time. These are friends friends are people who you trust, who you don't think will stab you in the back, will do things that you certainly disagree of. Friends are ones that pretty much follow a lot of the things that you do. You're pretty much joined in like twins. You think the same. You do a lot of the same things. You tell each other when you're right and wrong. Friends are great people. Friends are not people to the point where when I drop you off and then I'm talking against you. Or friends are not people who, when you're away from them, they're talking about you. Friends are people who are looking out for you during your good times and your bad times. When you fall short of being financially unstable, friends are there to help you pick you up. They're to help you to stay uplifted. These are friends that you look for, and these are people that you call my friend. A lot of people tend to walk around very casually calling people their friend. They meet them one day, and the first thing they say, they're their friend. They know nothing about them, and then something happens, and then you're troubled because you didn't trust that person from the beginning, but now you have a side eye, like, why would you do me that way? I would not do it. Then you're explaining to that person how you're feeling. Well, when you're choosing friends, make sure friends are a person that you're calling your friend is one that's making you feel comfortable, you can trust, and also you can love your friends as well. So now people and children, adults, teach your children how to choose friends, and as well as you. Choose wisely when it comes to friends, bringing them into your home, bringing them around your family members. You want to make sure that they are trustworthy and not telling family members negative things about you or telling other people negative things about you. Make sure that these people that you're calling your friend are truly your friend. I'm going to go and move on to family. Family is everything. Family does everything for you. Family makes sure you have a warm bed. Family makes sure you're financially stable. Family makes sure you're stress-free and do as much as they possibly can to help you stay uplifted and loved. Family is who help you during your down times. Family will cry with you. Family walk with you. Family will make sure that nothing happens to you or your children. Family will look out for your husband and wives. That is what family is. Now, relatives. We tend to cross up family and relatives quite a bit. Relatives way back in time, I would go back 60s, 70s, maybe 80s too. When you have relatives, that meant a whole lot. It meant a whole lot to a person when they go and see their relative that they have never met. But sometimes you go see some relatives now, and that relative say, "Yeah, I know you, my cousin, but I don't know you." That relative won't trust you to come in the home. That relative will not bring you in the house, make sure you're eating. That relative is not looking out for you, which is very bad at this time. And I would like for relatives to become family again. So do understand those three things in our lives that we carry with us every day. We carry a friend, we carry relatives, and we also carry friends around us. But are your relatives treating you like your family would? I had to have this discussion, and it was a very uncomfortable discussion I had to have with someone. And I had to have that conversation because the person kept saying, "But they're my family." No, they're not your family. Family is who's going to look out for you. They're your relative because you are have the same blood. You were raised by the same grandmother. You have the same. You have aunts, uncles. You have cousins amongst each other, and that is what relatives are. But relatives sometimes can be very cruel in your life. They would turn their backs on you. So be careful when you're calling people family. They're just relatives. And we don't want to hear, um, I know it's hard for some people or some of you to hear that, no, my relatives are my family. Not all relatives are family. And I'm sure there are a lot of people out there that can say that. I see a lot of quotes in social media where people has been tormented by what they say are family members, but these aren't your family members. Okay, a friend can be your family member. Okay, so we want to kind of live our lives to understand what categories we set people in our circle around us. You have to identify each and every one of them. You have friends, you have family, and you have relatives. Okay? So let's understand that there are relatives that can become family, and there are relatives that will not come your family under no circumstances. You can share some of the same stories. You can share childhood stories. You can share the upbringing of the family, the long time history of your families. But you are only relatives because the relatives are the ones that are hard to break and crack an egg with. It's hard to crack that shell and say that I am your family and not your relative. I don't know if some of you understand my point and what I'm trying to um, get you to understand, I guess. I want you to understand and know that there difference between all of us and how we communicate with one another. A lot of pain comes from the word family. When you're hurt by family, it really hurts. And it only hurts because you're categorized them as your family and they're just your relatives. Some relatives have always treated you like relatives. Right? So that's one thing that was on my mind today, and I wanted to share it with some of you, and only to kind of get everyone to identify our positions in our lives and what's needed and what adjustments we need to have to make change. And it's okay to make change with your relatives. I try to make change with my relatives. I want all of my relatives to become my family because I love hard and I can love in multitudes. And that I do have a huge family. Oh, a huge group of relatives. And I also have a huge group of family members and friends. I have friends that laugh with me and we joke and we act crazy together. And that's one of the best feelings you can have is have a friend that really vibe with you, that understands everything that's going on with you, that can tell you all about yourself. Good evening. Thank you for joining. And these are people that are around us every single day that will call us. I have friends that I haven't spoken to in 6 months, but I can call them today, and we will crack up over the phone because they are truly my friends. Some friends you don't hear from, but some friends you hear from every day. Can you please read that out loud? I don't have my glasses on.
I was just on this topic with someone, and I came to turn off my laptop, and this live just popped up. That means that it was meant for her to hear it then, huh?
Thank you. Thank you so much for your comments. And please like, comment, engage. And that's what I really like from you. Thank you. Thank you so much for joining in today. And you do understand what I'm saying when it comes to family, friends, and relatives, huh? Yeah, this is something that we don't have much conversation about and haven't come up with many people, but some people are tending to grow into this understanding. And it's good that I am sharing it, with as many as I can so that people understand that they don't have to hurt so hard because they're feeling like someone is their family. They're just relatives that you don't know much about. And that it's okay to try to um, have a relationship with them to the point that they do become family, right? Thank you. Thank you so much. And I just want to move forward as far as a lot of conversation this evening. Thank you so much for coming in. Thank you so much for your comments. I really do appreciate each and every one of them. If you would come in, and there are some things that you may want to discuss today or talk about on the show, please do share that with us. We'd like to talk about it. There are many things that we go through in life and we have that's on our mind and we just don't talk about. We're getting to a point where we're feeling uncomfortable with saying certain things. And I try to speak out my feelings. I am an outspoken person. I try not to hurt anybody's feelings. I do care about how I make you feel. I don't want to push people away. I do want you to continue. Let me know when you're feeling uncomfortable about any conversations that I am having. I appreciate everything, every comment that you can give me, anything that I can grow on. I'm trying to grow gracefully, and I want to know a lot too. And I can learn. I learn every day, and I can learn from many of you. And also, I talked about earlier parenting. Parenting is very sensitive to me because I had to learn to be a parent. Yes, I had children at a very young. I had a child at a very young age, and later on, when I became about 30, I had another child. But I had a child. My first child was at age 18. And at age 18, you're very young. You know you have a child. You know how to care for it. If you had baby dolls and you change diapers and all of those different things, and if you change diapers with anybody's baby or anything like that, you feel like you can take care of a baby. I felt that. I had a job, I worked, and I did. I took care of my baby. And as my child was growing, and my child had questions, and he got older, I had to understand that being a parent was not always telling the kid what to do all the time. And sometimes as parents, we feel that we have to be aggressive when we speak because we're trying to get the child to understand that they are inferior to us as parents and we're the adult. Mm-mm. No, I did not feel when I became a certain age and my child started acting a certain way, I started to see that development, and it was very strong because the school that he was in, a great school, taught him a lot. He had questions and answers. And when that took place, I changed. I started to grow. I started to understand, like, really? So then I changed within myself. We too can change as parents. You know, my dad would always say to me, I'm never going to be soft, honey. I'm never going to be soft. And he was a hard a dad, you know, and he was very stern about a lot of things and aggressive sometimes when I thought they were unnecessary. So I had these feelings already. I had grown up as a kid, and there are certain things I wanted to say to my parents and couldn't say. I had to shut my mouth. And I had to wait and I had to let them speak. Even though as I became older, let's say I started in my teen years, I started to realize, Mom, Dad, you had 5 kids at 23. And I was very close to being 23 at that time. And I'm like, I'm doing, in my mindset, I'm doing way better. I'm finishing school. I am, at the time, you know, being younger, maybe I wasn't pregnant, but I turned 18. I'm like, why are you so mad at me because I was pregnant? You had 5 children. You had already had a child when I had one at 18. You know, and kids do grow. Kids do not stay kids all their lives. They grow up and they have questions. So you as parents, remain parents. When you're speaking amongst adults, exit the room, exit, or tell the child to exit the room. These children are learning too much at a very, very young age. And when I say young age, preteens, some of them know too much about adults' business. Okay? If you're a parent and you're hanging out and you're going to hang out with your girlfriends and you're going to get drunk, it's not okay for the kids to hear that conversation. Oh, I was drunk last night. Oh, I was high last night. No, come on, let's calm down. We don't need to raise our children understanding that mom was drunk last night. Our dad was drunk. Our dad slept over some woman's house. Our dad is not home because he's at someone's house. When I grew up, everything was confidential when it came to adults. When I was younger, I had to leave the room when my parents began to talk to each other. We knew that they were talking adult talk. We knew it was time to walk away. That is what we need to continue to maintain in our households with our children. Our children are growing up very fast. Our children are standing toe to toe with other adults. And we need to slow that down. Stop it if we can. Because these same little kids are going to be older and they're going to be grown too fast. And some of them talk back at you. If you're talking at them, they're going to talk back at you. And there's not going to be a conversation in which it's going to be conducive to what needs to be in your household. So I am here to try as much as I can to encourage many of you to take time to think about yourself as a parent, and if you are doing as much as you possibly can to raise your child not to be as reckless as some of the kids are out here on the streets. There are young adults now. They don't care they're amongst older adults. Even the elder adults that are older than I am, they curse, talking loud, will talk at that adult and don't have a problem with it. And that is not okay. And you young adults, you understand how to respect people. Respect your elders. I would like to start as much as I possibly can, and many of us need to start these programs and and be that mentor for young women and young men. We need mentors. We need mentors that have grown up like I have. And I'm saying that to say I grew up with parents that did not allow me to use profanity, that did not allow me to stay out at dark, that did not allow me to stay at people's homes and smoke cigarettes or smoke marijuana. My parents did not allow that. We need those mentors to stand up. What we do as adults is what we do as adults. But when a child is growing up, and we're trying to help that child develop, the best thing we possibly can do is try to conduct ourselves to the best of our abilities. Because if we don't, and if many of you adults are going to be reacting the way have been seeing you acting, we're going to be in trouble. We're going to have a lot of trouble going on with the youngsters, and we don't need that. So let's be better parents. Let's try to communicate around the kids and have better conversations with them. Listen to them, allow them to speak, and follow them. Find out what they're doing in school. Find out if they completed their lesson. Now, everything is electronic. You're getting emails now. Find out if your children are skipping school, not completing assignments. A lot of things can be going on. And if that is happening, find out the root of that problem. We need that. We need to be better parents. Thank you. Yes, we do. There are parents doing so much today. They're engaging in many different things. Hanging out in the restaurant just to drink is not okay. It's not okay when you're doing it too often. And it's not okay for you to be belligerent and ignorant after you drink. You have to be able to control yourselves. If you get intoxicated and you're loud and clowning and cursing and things like that, there's a problem. That is a problem. It's not okay to do that. It's very uncomfortable for the people around you. And if you're doing that, it's best you drink by yourself in your own space and not around children or people. Children aren't the only one uncomfortable with seeing you all intoxicated and laid out or screaming at the mouth or slamming doors or that bad behaviors. Children aren't the only one that's uncomfortable with that. Adults are uncomfortable too. We're so uncomfortable nowadays that we think that you'll do something to hurt yourself. And we try to help you to be better. We all need to be better and supporting of one another. And if you're with your friends during that day, your friends are talking to you, listen to your friends. Don't destroy yourself and your home and everyone around you. Today, it's about rising up waking up and being better in 2023, doing as much as we possibly can. We as people are in the spotlight. This is a little bit of my Black history that I like to talk to in this month of February. If you don't feel that we're in the spotlight, then you are not paying attention. We're in the spotlight for everything. And when you're in the spotlight, it's best we be on our best behavior. It's so saddening that we have to read the stories about our own hurting our own. That is horrible. If the police officers that are out there, people that have that ability to, I guess that authority, I should say, to control others, it's not okay to be abusive. It's not okay to be a person that hurt anyone. That's not okay. And it's not okay to be a violent and abusing the one around you, abusing Black women. It's not okay. We hear enough abusing Black men. Also, it's not only the Black men abusing women. You women out there, you're abusing men too. That's not okay. We have to act like some civil adults. Right now, I am concerned about Black American people. Why am I concerned? Because I see so many of the stories where the men are talking against the women are talking against the men. What is wrong? What is wrong with you? We have to uplift one another. Men, when you walk around and you see Black women or you see your Black brother, speak. Good evening, good afternoon, good morning. We've gotten so far away from that because of the jealous rage that's going through us. Many of the Black Americans, some of you have attitudes. Walk right up, get straight out of bed, go right into offices, and someone will say good morning, and you won't say anything. Come on now. Let's be better people. We can be. And we can show off. We're the ones that show off, okay? We got all the dances. Yeah, let's dance. Let's show off. Let's show the world what we can do and who we are. Because if the spotlight is on me, let me boogie down. Let me show you how good I really am. And that's what we need to do. We need to be showing off. We're the ones in the light. We're the ones spending a lot of money. We're the ones everyone wants to look like now. When had anyone ever wanted big lips and a big butt? When? You tell me. Who wants to change their cheekbones to be like the African? It's a lot of changes going on. It's a lot going on, and it's shining the light on us. Okay? So let's do what we can do and show the history and the root of who we really are, where we have come from. We came from hard work. We came from support and love and also protection. We protected each other. And we have to continue to. It doesn't matter where we are. We will protect each other. Right? Okay. Let's do that. Let's protect our children. our husbands and our wives, each other, our friends, our family, and our relatives. We all, many of us, believe in God. Start living that life. Be righteous. Humble yourselves. Understand that He is alive. Okay? And everything you do, He sees you. When you pray, believe in what you're praying. Okay? I'm going to throw some blessed oil out there. And that blessed oil is for each and every one of you. Happy Black History Month, the month of February, for all Black Americans. I love each and every one of you. I'm going to go away for station identification. Hopefully you continue to join in and listen to us. We'll be right back. Thank you.
We're shining bright, and we're shining the light on us like no other. Neighborhood Planet, our neighborhood, our world.
Thank you.
Run the track.
Give it to him, Daddy.
Hey, I am back. I am back in the studio, and thank you so much for joining in. Okay, you had a little bit of education earlier. Well, now you got me. So I just want to talk about going outside. You know, I talk about going outside a lot, and I want to have this segment around just looking at my sister and her husband. They are out there. They are going out. Over the weekend, they went to a concert a few weeks ago. They traveled. They do a whole lot. Janet, another girlfriend of mine, she travels a whole lot. I got a cousin, she travels a lot. You know, she's getting out. People are getting out. And it is good to get out and show them videos. Show when you're out and you're traveling or whatever you're doing for recreation. It's very good to get that energy, because you know when you start getting older, you start feeling your bones and they get stiff and things like that because you're not moving around enough. You can't sit down all day. A lot of you got these phones, and I swear you just got your hands like this. young lady was telling me today that, we're going to be, our bodies are going to change. Our hands are going to get bigger because we're holding the phones and we're holding these tablets. So the hands are going to get bigger. I didn't too much understand that. It's a scientific thing. So I'm going to have to get into reading about it. How do the hands develop for those that aren't born yet to the point where they're big hands? Well, I can kind of believe that because, my granddaughter has big hands. My husband mentioned that to me last week or a week ago. He said, she has some big hands, huh? And I said, you know what? My son had big hands when he was growing up, but I remember, his dad had big hands too. So I looked at it that way. But when my husband said she had big hands, and the young lady that mentioned that today to me, she was, Vernita, we're gonna have big hands now, and so maybe it was something she was looking at or she read about. But I'm gonna look it up. So now we're gonna have these big hands. So y'all get ready because I guess these basketball boys' hands gonna be really big now. They're really going to be holding the ball like this. But it's good to get out, get that energy, get some exercise, and start exercising. I saw a girl that I grew up with, and she's now started her exercise regimen. And congratulations. I'm glad to see you doing that. It's so good to see people that are being more conscious about their weight, because look, you got to get that weight off of you. Because you're feeling heavy, you're feeling tired all the time. And it's not good to feel tired all the time, and all you're doing is you go to work and you sit down when you work. A lot of you sit down when you work, but when you get home, you go and you plop down on the couch. And what do? There it is. You got the phone in your hand, and then you're doing nothing. So all of your bones are aching, and then when you got to get up, you're really stiff. Your knees are cracking, your elbows. You need to stretch. So it's good that when you're home, even if you don't want to go out, just throw a mat on the floor and stretch. Do some yoga. Get your bones stretched. Get your muscles stretched out so you can feel more flexible. And that will give you a little bit more energy too. And then eat the right things. Some foods are so heavy. I have seen so many food videos. Good looking food, I tell you. But some of that food, I looked at a lot of food where people are cooking and you see no vegetables. Huh? What's going on? I see, some of the meals look so good, and then there's no vegetables nowhere. They got mashed potatoes, they'll have rice, they'll have meat, all these different things, and then there's nothing in that recipe or that meal of vegetables. We got to eat vegetables, and it's good to have fruit too. In the morning, grab your fruit. You go into the grocery store, grab your apples, grab oranges, grab bananas, grapes, whatever it is. It's good to get your body stretched out. It's good to get exercise and try to get your bones moving around, because when you get stiff or when you're out and you're having any episodes in your life, that does weigh on you. And you will feel all of that pain, especially if you haven't exercised and you haven't done any exercise for a while. It's good to do something. And you older adults, and I mean elders, those of you in your 60s and 70s, even 80, however old you are, get some exercise. Don't sit at home all the time and just sit on the sofa or sit in your chair and look out the window. Whatever you're doing your retirement, don't just sit it away. Let's get some exercise. If you go to the stores, go to the grocery store. Go to the grocery store, buy you some apples. Go to grocery stores probably at the end of the day, maybe, and just buy something. Just to get exercise. Go to the mall, walk around the mall, walk around the stores. You don't have to even go in them. Just go just for the exercise. And if that makes you feel safer, go in the grocery stores or malls or things like that, You can get exercise in those places. Try to get that exercise, and also get you some good shoes too. It's not okay to be trying to walk in your dress shoes or just regular casual shoes to exercise in. Get you some walking tennis shoes. Okay? Let's go shopping for some tennis shoes. Let's do tennis shoe month. We're going to do some exercise. 2023, I hear a lot of you talking about your weight and how you're going to eat right and you're going to eat different and all these different things. Well, have you stopped at the sports stores to buy new shoes? Let's do that. Foot Locker. What else we have? Champs. We have Macy's, Dealers, all of them. Wherever you buy your tennis shoes, let's get some tennis shoes on our feet. Adidas, Nike, you go straight to the stores, whatever shoe you're wearing. Journeys. I mean, a lot of people have shoes. Go find walking shoes. Tell them you want some nice walking shoes because you're going to do some walking. Because that's what we're going to do. Some walking, get some exercise, get them knees moved, and get those bones and those muscles stretched out. We got to get our bodies in shape to where we're in very good shape, and we want to go outside. We want to go into the movies. We want to go to the concerts. We want to go take a trip out of town. But when you do get out of town, you don't want to sit up in the hotel and don't do anything and just go down to the saunas and the pools and things like that. No, you want to get out. You want to get out and you want to feel it. Okay, because this also is part of our fitness, and we got to live with this. If we want to live long, we got to do things to help us to live long. If we have high blood pressure, we're going to try to do as much as we possibly can to eat right, exercise, and live right. Okay, we got to do that. If we have diabetes, eat right. You know what you're supposed to be eating. If you're heavy, you need to lose weight. Let's get at it. Start eating differently. Start eating a little bit. You ate a whole plate, eat a half a plate this time. Either the other half later on. Eat some fruit between the other half later on. When you do something different to your body continuously, you will get change. Believe me on that one. We want to do different things now. Let's do it. Like Nike say, just do it. So, who's in the studio today? Let me see your hands. Okay, I'm going to pass along. I told you guys to come on in the studio because I want to see you guys here in the studio. I am going to go on each one of your pages and I am going to be posting and talking to you this evening because I want to know, why didn't I see you in the studio today? Seeing my live. I want you guys to come on and join in with me. I'm trying to get at least 50 people. I'm going to start with 50 people from my page. I want to hear from you. I know that I have 50 people right now. I am going after you. I am not fundraising. I am friend raising. I am now having a live friend raising going on. I am looking for 50 people to raise their hands to tell me they are looking at my live today. 50 people, come on in my live. I want to see you tonight. Before I get off, I got 15 minutes. I want to see 50 people in my live today. Okay? Big number, huh? Oh, yes, I am looking for all of you. At least say, I see you. I want to see you say, I see you. Hello, good evening. Come on in my life. What is going on with you guys? I am constantly Happy birthday, in you guys. I'm seeing your grandmas, your grandchildren. I'm seeing a whole lot of things during the week, every single day, that anytime that I go on social media, I am speaking to you guys. I am leaving comments. I am saying happy birthday. I am putting likes in. I am putting love in. I'm sending my love and my attention. I am showing my face. I want you to show up right now. If you see my live, I want you to say, I see you in my live today. I'm looking for 50 people to say, in my live, I see you. Let's go. Who's in my live today? I want you to say, you are in my life today. I'm not going to keep saying this and you guys are not going to say anything, because I'm going to be really going to be going at it. Y'all know me. Some of you really know me. So I want to see 50 of you in my life, my family members, my relatives, and my friends. You see how I said that, didn't you? My Mississippi family, are you out there? Okay. My Cincinnati family, are you out there? You see how I said family? I got family and relatives. Relatives in Mississippi, are you out there? Okay. Raise your hand. Let me know you're out there. You see my live. Do you see my live? If you see my live next week, if you watch my live all next week, even if it's a month from now, let me know I saw your live. Leave a comment in my comment box that I saw your live. Okay, now I'm at the end of my show. I would like to say, get that shit out of here. That shit's got to go. That's part of the show. So right now, what has to go? Bad parenting. That shit got to go, right? Bad parenting must go. 2023, we got to be great parents. That shit's got to go. That's a part of this show. This part is that shit's got to go. So some things just got to go, right? And if you are miserable and you're working every day, thank you. Thank you so much. I love you. That's my sister. Look, you know she's gonna show up. And that and also that just gotta go. What else have to go from 2023? Do you know what has to go from 2023? If there's something that you know, even your neighbors that's driving you crazy, you got a neighbor that you live next to that you just making your yard all pretty every year. You got your lawn looking good, and you look next door and they got a trashy porch, and they got junk all on it and old chairs and things like that. That shit's gotta go, right? That shit's gotta go. Come on, talk to your neighbors. Can I help you clean your yard up? I want our yard to match up. It's a way to say it now. You just can't go over there and say, you need to clean this up. No, you got to be very nice to them, and you got to tell them, can you, I see you have this chair. I have a nice chair. Change the chair. Go buy them a chair from Goodwill. Whatever you have to do to help your neighbors. Help your neighbors. Your neighbors need help too. They need their lawns cut. Help them cut their lawns. Whatever needs to be done. That shit's got to go. We got to live in a life that we're comfortable with, right? So whoever's around us, you got some girlfriend or some guys that you're hanging around with, and every time you hang around with them, you're very upset and pissed off at the end of the night. That shit's got to go. You got to change your friends, okay? Change them. They aren't your friends. They're people that just want to fuss at you every day. No, that shit's got to go. Grow up. Move along. Find new friends. Find new people to talk to. That shit's got to go. We got to stop all this angriness going on that's spreading. It's spreading like, what's that word? Spreading like, come on, help me with it. Wildfires. Okay? We got to get rid of everything that's making us uncomfortable around us, within our families, with our friends, within our neighbors, with our co-workers, whatever it is, that's got to go. We got to of those things. We got to feel good about every day that we have. And that's something that I'm going to push. That shit's got to go. And if you know what has to go out of your life, make it happen. Make it happen. You got chaos in your life and it's constantly going on. That's got to go. And also, after this show, we have Dr. Brother Suave, and he's a therapist, and he's there to speak with you, and he's able to give you any consultation that you need. Just tune in. Stay in. He will be on the show 8:30 NPNTv with Dr. Brother Suave. He's there. He's your personal therapist, and he's there to help you to get through whatever you got going on that's making you uncomfortable too, whether it be at work, at school, at home, outside, your neighbors, wherever that's coming from. Just stay tuned for Dr. Brother Suave. He is on at 8:30 every Wednesday, and he is a licensed therapist. He's able to help you through whatever challenges that you're going through. So do tune in. And I would say thank you guys very much. I'm still reaching for you 50 people to come on my live. I am looking for you to say that you have joined my live and you were there. Thank you so much. Thank you to NPNTv. And good night.
We're shining bright, and we're shining the light on us like no other. Neighborhood Planet, our neighborhood, our world.
Programs like this are made possible by Neighborhood Planet Broadcasting Systems, Neighborhood Planet Network, iBlister Digital Media Creative, and from contributions to NPNTv from viewers like you. Thank you.